We are going to talk about how to design this poster of this restaurant, which is called Urban Bites Restaurant, from scratch to actual finishing of this poster design using a software called Adobe Illustrator. And here with me, I have a project that we are going to actually do in order to actually accomplish this project with you. And all resources that we will mention in this video, you can find it under the comment section. I will pin there a comment that you can actually download these resources, and you are actually free to actually use this project in your portfolio. All right. Now, now here is actually a project that we are going to work on. It is actually a poster design project. It is Urban Bites Restaurant. The title it is actually Urban Bites Awareness Poster Design. The project description it is here. It is actually designed a visually bold and trendy poster for display in high traffic areas. The aim is to raise awareness of urban bites as the go-to place for healthy, fast casual meals. And then the design should feature the logo, a catchy slogan, and actually the key information like hours, location, or QR code for the menu. That is actually the poster. The design goals, you need to actually high contrast and readability from a distance. The poster should be like that. Strong and visual focus, freshness and brain urban vibes, and then consistent with brand color and tone. And then the poster content. Now we have been provided the content to include in our poster. We have urban bites, which this one is a headline. We have a sub headline, which is grand opening, don't miss out. And then we have the date and time, which is Saturday, August 16 from 10 a.m. All this is the content that we'll be using in our project. Everything is here. Now this project, I will provide it on the comment section. You can use it in your portfolio. All right. Feel free to actually use it in your portfolio. No issues that you can actually face. Feel free to use it on your portfolio. Now, I will open my software. It is Adobe Illustrator. This is how Adobe Illustrator looks on the home menu or the home after opening the software. I'll come here. I will click Creator, and we will use a 3-page format, which is 16 inches by height, which is 11.7 inches. This one is actually a poster, and this one is a size of a poster, which is A3, not A4, A3 poster. And I will go with the landscape type of orientation. I'll go with the orientation of landscape, and I will only use one artboard, and then bleed I will then bleed I will actually remain it at 0, and then color mode it is actually for print. Now we'll change it to actually RGB sigma K for print, and the raster effect or the resolution will put it at 300 ppi, and actually we can click create. Now we have our artboard, we have a new workspace. Now we can actually start designing our poster. The first thing I will do, I will actually import my background. It is here. I will come and then place the background in this Adobe Illustrator. My background, I have downloaded it. You will find it on the resources that I will provide. Now, have here a background. It is a city overview because Urban Bytes, it is located on a city. This is a restaurant located in a city. Now we need to have a background that looks like a cityscape, like that one. That is a background. Now, you see this background, it doesn't fill up the entire canvas. Now what we'll do, we will copy this background. Now you hold Alt and then copy. All right. After placing it, you will see the differentiation between this type of background and this type of background. Now what I will do, I will actually click on this second copied background like this, and then right click, and then I will actually go to transform and reflect the background and click OK. Now after reflecting, it will look something like this, and then I will click away. But still this line, you see this line, it seems that this background is being cutted here. Let me click away from the canvas. Do you see that line? And in order for me to click it, I'll hold shift and move this background uniformly in order for me to actually find something that will look uniform without anybody noticing that this background was copied, something like that. And then I will click away. Do you see? You can't even imagine that there was two backgrounds. You will think it is one. Huh? That's the way you actually get to create this background. Now I'll select both of them, and then I will come to layers, right? And then I will just lock this background, the entire background. Don't want distraction, and I will create a new layer on top. I don't want distraction with the background. Now I have the background. Now the thing I will do, I'll bring in the logo now. I'll go ahead and bring the logo, I'll place. In Adobe Illustrator, everything you do, you just place. I'll place my logo, it is here under design, urban bias. I want to place the logo. I'll place iconic without lettermark. Huh? I'll place it here. Right, that is actually a logo. Now, in order for us to actually place element in this canvas very well, I will actually bring guys. I'll go to properties and then show rulers. Right. After showing rulers, I will click here on this ruler. I will click and bring in the ruler like this. I want to put something called wireframes. Like that. I want this content to be in the middle without going to this wireframe. Now I want to put it like 2 inches down, below and bottom. 2 inches, somehow like that. Then you just click on this ruler and you have your wireframing guys. So like that. You make sure you click on the ruler, and then you click away. You click and drag. Now you have something like that. Now content is supposed to be inside these wireframes that you have put. In order for us now to continue, I will actually shrink this a little bit like that, and then we'll continue and we'll go to our brief. This is very important, why you need to have a brief. Look at this one. Images to use. A high resolution hero image of delicious juicy burger with fries on a wooden table, styled with an urban industrial aesthetics. A metal tableware, concrete backdrop. Now this is actually an image you need to actually use. Optionally include a faint city skyline and then sail out in the background of the poster for the urban feel. A faint city skyline. Faint city skyline we have actually included. That is actually a background in our poster. Now what we need to do, you need to actually bring a burger. Now I will come to find, then I will click just place, bring a burger. I have it here. I have it here. Now I'll open and then I will place. It is here. Now this image is big and it doesn't look good. We will do something good on it. Something that I can do, I will create something like a clipping mask. I'll select here a shape, I'll select a rectangular shape like that, and actually I will draw on top of this image like this, right? Drawing like that, and then what I will do, I will shrink it a little bit, and then I will make it curved. I will click on this, and then I will make this curved. Then after making like that, I will click away, then select and hold shift, then select the image, and then in the rectangle, and then right click and make a clipping mask. Make a clipping mask like that. Now I have a clipping mask. The image is inside that shape that I have make it to be a rectangle. Now what I will do, I will make a stroke on this clipping mask that I have made. I will make a stroke of yellow, and I will actually increase the stroke size to actually 3 or 5 like that. And now I have such an image, and I will bring it here. I will rotate there, and then I will double click inside the image to go inside the image, and then I will actually try to expand it a little bit. I will hold shift, expand it. In Adobe Illustrator, you need to use shift key for uniform transformation of the image, and then I will go away here with these arrows from the image, click here. That's the way of how to actually create a clipping mask inside Adobe Illustrator. Now we'll now bring content. What I'll do, I'll go here and I'll bring the headline of what we need to include in our poster. The headline is Urban Bite, it's here. I will copy and then come to Adobe Illustrator and then actually pick text tool. It is here. I'll pick the text tool and then I'll click just on the canvas and then I'll paste, right? And then I'll select the move tool or the selection tool. I'll select the selection tool and then I'll hold the shift key and then I will click and drag to increase the size. Now I'll double click inside to go into the text tool and then I'll change the font. We need to actually use Montserrat bold, right? Montserrat bold. Come here, Montserrat bold, like that. And then I have it the title like that. I'll place it like that. I will enlarge a little bit in order for it to actually fit the way I want. Like that. I'll change the color, the font color. I'll pick the eyedropper tool and I'll pick this color, right? Like that. This color, not the background one. I'll pick the color like that in order to match the brand identity. I don't want to use another color, but I'll use the colors from the logo. Now, what we will go ahead, we'll bring something called a sub headline. I'll go to our content and then I'll bring sub headline, grand opening, don't miss out. Copy it, then I'll go to Adobe Illustrator and then bring in the text of grand opening and paste it. Selection tool, I'll select the selection tool and then I'll enlarge the text in order for it to fit well in the canvas. Till here on the margin where I put my wireframes, and then I will enlarge till something like that, and then I'll bring it on top a little bit, and then I will select it, double click inside, or I'll just click and drag inside the text box to actually select it, and then I'll change the color. I'll use the same color like this color, but that one doesn't look well. I'll undo. Then I'll pick the same color with the title. I'll select the eyedropper tool and then I'll pick this color. That one. You must select the text first before picking a color. Select it and then use the eyedropper and then click. Now you have changed the color. And then you choose the selection tool. Are we together till there? Now we have put this one is actually a sub heading. Alright. Now we need to actually put the content, the body text, like which one? Like we will now include things like date and then special offers. Date and special offers, these are like the body text. Now we will come here. Now I'll copy the date content. Don't copy, we just copy the date content. Then come here, pick the text tool, it is here. Then click on the canvas, then paste it, and then select the selection tool, and then click and hold the shift and then click and drag, and then change the font color. I want it to be white. Font color to be white. Come here on the font, white, and no stroke, and then I will change the font to be Open Sans. Open Sans font, regular. I will use regular like that, and then I will go to the selection tool and then enlarge it a little bit. This is a landscape orientation poster that we will use in a billboard. You can actually take a tour on it. That is actually Saturday, August 16 from 10 a.m. Now I'll copy the text in order for us to actually move as fast as possible. Hold Alt in your keyboard, then click and drag, and then left it. Then we'll copy now the special offer. We say first 100 customer guests get free burger. Then we come to Adobe Illustrator. Then we double click inside the content to move to the text tool and then paste to maintain the formatting. And then what we'll do is select the selection tool, then click open, then hold Alt, then click like that, and then go to our content and then copy this off again. Then Control C to copy, then go back to Illustrator, double click inside, and then paste, Control V. That's the way you have your body text And then let's go ahead. Now we'll have a body text which is called a location for the business. Location have Downtown Plaza, Main Street, Nairobi. This is actually the location. Now I'll copy Control C. I'll come back to Illustrator and then hold Alt, right, and then copy this and then double click inside, then paste. Control V to paste. Now here you need to know how to use shortcuts. In order for you to actually know how to use shortcuts, it will enable you to go fast, alright, in designing in whatever you do. And then I will select the selection tool like that, and then I have something like that. Those are body text. Now I'll come here and take the call to action, which is saying come hungry, live happy. I'll take it like that, and then I will come here and then I will take the text tool and then I will click on the canvas and then I will paste the text and then select the selection tool and then hold shift and then click and drag. Because this is a call to action, we need to make it so big. If it is put on a billboard, people can actually see it. And then I'll change the font to actually Montserrat bold as the title, because this one is a call to action. I'll put it Montserrat bold and then I'll make it so bold, and then I'll change the color to this color and then I will select it like this. This one is actually called CTA, call to action. I'll hold shift like that. Then what I will do, this text it doesn't look good. You can't read it very well. Now what I will do, I'll come here under shapes. I'll select the rectangle tool and then I'll click from one end of the canvas to another like this. You make sure it fits to another, and then I'll change the color to be like navy blue from the logo. This is navy blue, and then what I will do, I'll reduce the opacity to 25 opacity to 25 or 25, 24, 28 there, and then I'll click on the shape and then I'll right click and then I'll go arrange and then send it backward a little bit. Now I have here the text. I'll bring it on top. In order for this text to be actually read, then I'll enlarge the rectangle. You see now the text is readable rather than that time like that. This one I will actually click it somewhere here. That you see now it is readable. I will double click on the shape on the text, then I'll take the eyedropper tool and then I'll change it to this color. Let me see if it is no. It will turn Control Z. Then I will use this color. Do you see the way it used for uniformity? You maintain the colors in your design, and then contrasting, and then actually hierarchy of elements in your contrast. I will click on the enemy, and then you have something like that. That's the way you get to actually design this poster. And then I will input something called social media handles. I'll click on here. It say art 254. I will copy it, Control C, go into my Illustrator, and then I will actually just copy this text, or I will use another one. I'll pick the text tool and then click here and then paste, then double click on the text, or use the selection tool. You hold shift in order for uniform transformation like that, and then I'll change the color to white. Go to white color here and then change it to white to be visible like that. Click away, and then we need to put some icons for us on Instagram and Facebook. We need to have Instagram and Facebook icons. I have my icons. I'll open it a little bit. Have my icons here. I have here plenty of icons that I can actually use for Instagram and Facebook. These are my icons. If you need it, you can actually get these icons from resource center like free pick. You just say social media icons, you will get these icons. Now we need to actually use Facebook and Instagram. Now I have here my Facebook. It is here. Now I'll do this. I'll select it. I'll select it. In order for me to actually place this icon to look good, I'll draw here a circle a little bit to differentiate from the background. This cityscape, it somehow you don't see well. Let me draw a little background here, simple background for putting the social media icon. I'll hold Alt for it to be true like that, and then I'll go back and then I'll copy Facebook. Control C to copy, and then come here to your design. Control V to paste, and then you have your design here, your icon. Then you click just and drag it here, and then you just enlarge the size to fit in your canvas like that. Let me zoom in a little bit for you to actually see. Then I'll just click for it to fit in. In order for it to be visible, you see, that is the way of actually putting this icon, because you're supposed to put it on a white background. Control C to copy, then come here, Control V to paste, and then click here, and then hold Shift, click here and drag. In order for it to fit it very well. It's just a matter of creativity. Designing is all about creativity. You become very creative. Creativity is very, very important. And then I'll hit Control 0 to zoom out and actually see our designing. You can hold the spacebar and then click and drag to move around your design. That's the way. Now, I have another I have another icon I need to put here for a location. Downtown Plaza, Main Street, Nairobi. I need to put the location. Location is very, very important for the restaurant. The restaurant, people need to know the location for the restaurant. Now, I'll put a location icon. I will take this one. This is actually a location icon. I'll Control C to copy it and then go back. And then I will actually paste it. Control V to paste it. I'll hold Shift, then actually drag it to be a little bit bigger. Then I'll place it somewhere here. Now I will reduce this text a little bit. I'll double click on it to make another text to go a new line. I'll backspace, hit enter, and then I'll actually click on the text and then actually hold just Shift to move it uniformly. Then I will alignment, I will put it to be center. Then I'll hold Shift to move it to be center along. Then I will actually select this icon. I'll reduce a little bit the size. Then I'll bring it somewhere here. Then here, like that. I'll select the icon. I need to change the color to a brand color like this. We'll use this color. That is good. And then we will actually click away for uniformity. There, I'll click like that, and then I will actually hold Shift key to move it like that. That is the way you get to actually design this poster. A very simple poster for a restaurant. This poster, they will actually use it on a small billboard in town. Now, you get to enlarge these things. Now you are doing some finishing. You will just check up. I'll push this text a little bit up because we have a lot of space on the top. And then this logo, I hold Shift and just click arrow keys in your keyboard to move it uniformly at the top. Then here at the margin, I'll try to push it a little bit on the margin like this. This one, I'll push it a little bit on the margin. I'll enlarge the size a little bit to match till my wireframe in order to maintain it. Then I'll click on the image of our burger. Then I'll put it till my wireframe. Then this, I'll actually just select and then increase the size. It is called actually finishing our poster. Then I will push it a little bit on top. I want it to be on top. Then this one, hold the Shift arrow keys to move it uniformly. Hold Shift arrow keys to move it uniformly. Uniformity, very, very important. Hold Alt Shift uniform movement. Hold Alt uniform movement. Here we need to have a little space. We don't want to actually put a lot of. It's called white space for easy eye scanning. White space for easy eye scanning. That's why we are putting a lot of space. We are distributing this element to put a lot of space for people to actually see, right? And then I will push it a little bit up. Then this one, I will actually push it down because we need to have a white space between this line. Easy scanning of this one. Then I will put here some hyphen. I'll double click on the text. I don't want to put here hyphen like bullet. I'll just put hyphen, no? Not underscores, hyphen. Space, because these are offers. Space, or space, something like that. Then the location is good. Select the selection tool, push it and let me push this location down a little bit, hold shift like that. Then icon, location icon, hold, click on it, then hold shift downward. That's something good. Then this one, hold shift downwards, hold shift downwards, because we have a lot of space on the design. Then I increase this a little bit, the size, something like that, like that, like that. It's all about creativity. It's a matter of just creativity. You can't get things right. It's just creativity. And then click a little bit. I want to increase this like that, like that, like that. This is supposed to, and eye scanning is very, very important. But this is why we are distributing this design element in this canvas very, very well for easy scanning of elements. Now let's conclude our designing of urban bites poster using Adobe Illustrator. And this is actually Alex. Support the channel by actually liking the video. If you have watched this video till here, share your video to a friend. Use this project in your portfolio. Just look the way of actually having a logo, and then the content can look different for yourself, and then make it something stunning. And actually you can share with our Facebook page, you can share with us on our Telegram. I will put the link to join our Telegram in the comment section, resources in the comment section. And actually follow for more for such kind of information I usually provide. I usually do this type of things, logo, brand identity, and actually posters. For example, this is a poster that we worked on. We designed this logo, and now we're designing this poster for this brand. Alex Digital Computer Camp, like the video and actually follow and actually subscribe to our channel. Alright, keep tuned for more such kind of videos are more coming. Thank you, and let's move on.